Welcome back, welcome back.
I've heard on numerous times you criticize interracial marriage, right? Specifically for economic purposes. I know there are other issues in regards to mixed race children, but I want to focus on economics. But I think in the future, by default, specifically black women will have to marry out of the race. And I just want to tell you why, right? Based on the numbers, I'm pretty sure you know it starts off kind of even and around 18, it starts to decline, and around 30, it gets out of hand where we're at, say, 7 to 10, 6 to 10. But when you factor in unemployable, unemployed, homosexuals, people who stay at home, we could argue it's probably 4 to 10.
6 to 10. It's basically saying like 6 men out of 10, you know, women will pick. Then he throw in all that other stuff. If they have money, their sexuality, all those things. So then it goes down even more. So what that means is your pickings are slimming.
So with those type of numbers, what's incarcerated, plus incarceration. And so with those type of numbers, don't you think it's reality for women eventually to look to other races for men, even if you don't condone it? But it just seems like
Dr. Umar, I'm not even gonna. This is Captain Planet of Pan Africanism. Black women and all this other stuff, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. He stands for what he stands for. And, you know, let's hear what he thinks.
a realistic approach because there's just not enough men. And I want to go against the I know you're gonna mention polygamy, right? But the only reason with polygamy due to the income of a lot of black men, I don't know if there'll be enough black men making enough to take care of numerous women, unless you redefine
Nope.
polygamy where the women are taking care of the men in some weird way. But I want to hear what you have.
Good question. So, do black women have to consider dating outside the race since there's not enough men available for them, and the ones who are available want a woman outside of the race? I would still be against it. I would say that the black woman can go north to Canada and get her a black man. She can go south to Central America. More than enough black men down there. More than enough black men in South America.
Two things. My American black woman. One, you can go other places, right? Like you're saying. There are black women there. Why the fuck are they gonna let you have them? That's one. Then two, who the fuck says these men from other countries want an American woman with these bougie ass attitudes?
More than enough black men in the Caribbean. I think she has to broaden her horizons, but I don't think she has to go outside of her race. And
And that's what Kevin Samuels used to speak against this stupid fuck. You need to broaden your horizons. And isn't that what Kev kept saying, that what all the female fucking soup ups beat these women in the head with? Broaden your horizon, girl. You just need to look more and open up your go. And did that work for the women in their 40s? They broadened their horizons in the 90s and the 80s. How many of them ended up with another dude from another race? They got dick. They got trips. They got flown out. Did they get married? Or do they just have a bunch of storios of Rico Suave in the crew? It's a fucking joke. Broadening horizons for what? To get more dick?
honestly speaking, I think it would be to her advantage to do so. And the reason I say that is because in America we have had the economic emasculation of the black man, where women have been put in charge of the leadership of the community, and it has been this way for at least 50 years. We have created a culture where it's okay.
50 years? This is the king of fucking Pan-African history and fucking Marx Garvey. They put our women over us in slavery, nigger. Do you see what I mean about your false fucking leaders? One minute they're fucking telling the truth, and next minute they're pretending shit never happened. It's only 50 years that they've been letting our women roll over us. Get the fuck out of here with this.
For black men to not be masculine. to not be leaders. So if the black woman is looking for that traditional black masculinity, she will definitely find that in Africa, where black men were subject to that white emasculation system. She will find him in South America. She will find him in the Caribbean. Because
let me get this straight. This black American man is telling black American women, leave those niggas from America alone and go to another country. Leave your men behind and go look for other black men in other countries because they're more masculine and they're raw. They're built like real niggas and they remember the old ways. Back to those two things. There's women over there, and who the fuck says they want you? You're not traditional in those old ways. And last time I checked, looking on this phone, there are goofy niggas everywhere. Niggas have been enslaved and pounded everywhere. So what the fuck is he talking about? That's your fucking leader.
these are communities where black men are raised and taught how to live off the land, how to build a house with your bare hands, how to be a provider for your family.
They have no fucking choice. They living off the fucking jungle. We are living off concrete. We have to get jobs. Of course we don't know how to live off the land. Our grandfathers gave that up to come live in the fucking cities.
Much still have that original killer instinct, not killer in terms of killing somebody's life, but that do or die for my family mentality that a lot of us in the States don't have. So I think now.
So now, black American men, we don't have that do or die, I'll knock your motherfucking head off for my wife and kid. No, we don't have that. This black American man is shitting on himself and saying, nah, we pussy over here. We don't have traditions. I get what he's saying. They did beat most of us out of us, but he's supposed to be one of the intellectual ones speaking up for us. Like, nah, there's a lot of us out here, and we're not all like that, because he's the living proof of it. Or is he?
Not only should the black woman look outside of the geographic borders of the United States for a husband, I think it'd be to her liking to do it. I know sisters who have married African men, some of whom never thought they would look at them. They were not attractive. And they said, when I gave myself a chance, I actually liked him more than the brothers because he was so much willing to be everything I wanted in a man. I'm not downplaying the brothers in the States because we do have alphas and we
you just did
who still imbue that black masculine spirit. But if we're going to be honest, it's probably lower here than other places because of that emasculation process that we went to.
All right, let me get this straight. Men over here are more pussy, but everybody in the world loves rap and all the gangster shit and copies off our masculinity. Yeah, that makes sense.
Along with all the other issues that the white power structure has introduced into the community. Now, for me, polygyny has to be considered. It doesn't have to be wholesale for everyone. And it doesn't have to last eternally. I can see a situation where some men can have more than one woman, and that this plural relationship system that we go to in the black community will only last as long as it is needed. Once you have a situation where the brothers are back on their feet and doing what they need to do, stop killing each other, stop being killed, stop going to prison because we have jobs and an economy for them, then maybe you can give it on up. I don't see it as perpetual. I see it as something that should be for the moment as we need it, which can be the next 20, 40 years. You follow me? But I don't think it has to be perpetual. But here's the issue. We already have polygyny. Very few men, whether they in Africa, whether they here, whether they black, white, or yellow, but of course we're talking about ourselves, there's very few men who don't have more than one woman. You follow me? Monogamy is a myth. It doesn't exist anyway. The problem is most men are not being honest with their women, letting them know you're not my only one. So it keeps this idea, the Cinderella idea in the black woman's mind that I can have a man all to myself. Now, in theory, that's good, but you have to look at your circumstances. I'm not saying a woman should want to share her man. I would never want to share my wife. But when you look at the community and what is in the best interest of black people. When you look at all these children without fathers, when you look at these women who are on the lower end of the social economic ladder with 7 or 8 kids that they can barely raise, how do you not consider putting an able-bodied married man in that house to stabilize that system and provide nurture for those children? If we care about the future of black children, if we truly care about the future of black children, how do we not address the fact that 70% of them are being raised by single mothers?
So, if 70% of our children are being raised by single mothers, do you really even get a choice on the super duper alpha male and the money bag making and if you truly think in your mind, I give a fuck about my kids, and you know the pickings of whatever is slim or whatever, right? Doesn't that mean you have to get what's there and be appreciative that there's something there? No, go outside the country. You could have barely afford your fucking rent. Are you out of your mind? Yeah, go to other countries where you could barely speak the language so they can rob your stupid ass. Set you up. You can go bye-bye. See, my brothers and sisters? It's real funny that Mr. Pan-African wants your American women to go to Africa and go grace them with your genes. Seems like everybody in the world wants our fucking blood. Why? We're trash. We're nothing. Right? Because the women that you want to fucking do this to, they came out of my nutsack. They're me. You get that, women? You are me. And I am you. If they hate me, they hate you. Because you're me. You came out of me. So why do they so much with convincing us to go opposite from each other? Oh, it's like that movie Hancock. When they're away from each other, they have superpowers. But in real life, when we're away from each other, we don't have our powers. In the movie, what happened when Hancock and his wife got together? They stopped being gods, and they started to become mortal men, and then they would kill them. Get it? So if that's the opposite in the movie, they gotta be apart to be gods, and if they come together and live in harmony, they get to be mortal people and die like the rest of us. We die because we're apart. So I wonder what happens when we come together. I wonder. I fucking wonder.
What black man you know is going to be in a rush to get married to a woman he can't take care of? If we not talking jobs, we can't talk families. If we talking jobs, we can't talk, unless we talking jobs, we can't talk families, especially now, because we've raised our children for the past 23 years on what? A steady diet of European materialism.
Yes. And before that, they raised us on their way of thinking and living. You see, the problem isn't our living situation. The problem is they convinced us our living situation isn't good, and our women are stupid, and our men are stupid, and we want to beat them at a game they designed to not play with us. So, what the fuck are you talking about? It's the same stupid shit over every 5 years. Y'all give the same dumb shit.
Conspicuous consumption. They need Nike. They need Balenciaga.
No, they don't.
Need Gucci, Louis Vuitton. What?
That's why we lose. Because you need these things that do nothing for you.
What am I going to do as a broke black man approaching a 40-year-old sister? I want to be your king. I want you to be my queen. I want us to make babies. And she looking at me like, where the job at? I'm doing some vending. I'm doing some hustling. I ain't got nothing. You think she going to let me put that ring on that finger? Until we build up black men economically, We will never rebuild back up the black family.
That's a good point because like you said, women want things, and you want to protect your family, provide, and all these different things. So he's right. If we don't have this type of backing for at least 50 to 40% of us, and not just 1% of us, like it's always been, we're not gonna get married, and we're not gonna have families. So maybe that's why the enemy bars you from good jobs. Maybe that's why we have all these traps. Maybe that's why they know how to keep your woman away from you. By giving you harsh sentences like, oh, you stole a bag of chips at 13? 5 years. Straight. 10 years. One of theirs get caught for a fucking armed robbery? 3 years in probation. See, they know natural reaction of women wanting to be with broke men because they're brainwashed to think like them. See, back in the day when, Jacob and Levi and them, our women didn't care about those things. They cared about what a man could provide. Not the cosmos and gold toilets, no. Can you protect me? Can you feed me? Can we live? Can you get me closer to the Most High? See, we could do those things, but yous want more. So we'll never ever build ourselves as a community because we need to do the beginning first. Love each other for what we have. Building things, breaking ourselves away from their control, and then we can build shit and get money. We can never ever have money because we rely on them to give it to us. Why would my enemy give me what I need to fix my problems? Stop listening to fucking idiots like this.
What is the number one job of a man? To protect and provide. We can protect, but we ain't able to provide. And now America, this entire time they was destroying black men, what was they doing with black women? Educating and employing. Do you know black women are the only women in America who out-earn and out-educate their mates?
You don't think that's designed? Oh yeah, because if a woman makes more money or the same money, she wants her level or higher. If majority of their men are nowhere near their level, they don't want any of their own men. Get it? Naturally. They won't even know what's going on. Like, fuck, here's no good men. You're supposed to pick the best of what you got and make something out of it, you fucking idiots. But you won't because you believe on TV some Romeo guy rich is gonna come. Why would he pick any of you? You don't look like a fucking supermodel and he has money too. So why the fuck would he pick you? It's a joke. It's a trick, and the Most High says he doesn't care. You'll dwindle down, your enemy will destroy you into a handful, and when yous are damn near off the face of the earth, those motherfuckers will wake up, and the rest of yous will be already done. You'll be done. You'll be out the game.
We're the only one. Our women have more degrees than us and make more money than us. But let me clarify with you, Queen. That's not a problem by itself. Just because my wife make more money than me, that ain't no problem. You know why it becomes a problem? When people ask her why. It's the interpretation of the difference. When they ask the black...
It's the mentality. Because the other people in the world designed it that way, they get to laugh at you because they know the answer already. They're the ones that caused the problem. So they know your woman's a weak as fuck, and when she feels embarrassed that she's got to be the head, well then she's gonna want to divorce you and fight with you and argue with you, and you gotta do more, and that's the trick to make you go home and argue and then break your family up. Thus, even if you get up, the ones that get up will never build anything. You will only stay together 10, 20 years, then break up, and it's over. It's a fucking trick.
Woman, why you make more money than your husband? Because he lazy. He's shiftless. He irresponsible. He don't want nothing out of life. See, that is the reasons why. And then when they ask the black man, why your woman make more money than you? Because she masculine. She want to dominate me. She don't want no black man telling her nothing. She working with the white man against the black man. It's not the fact that sisters make more money. It's the reasons why she believes she does. And it's the reasons why we believe she does. And guess what?
I don't believe nothing. I literally... There's evidence of this stuff. I don't need to believe that me and my brothers have been pushed down and shoved into the shitty jobs and not taught in school. And I was in fucking 7th grade with a 4th grade reading. I couldn't read. You don't fucking tell me they didn't cheat us.
Both of the reasons come from white folks. We are taking what white people taught us about each other and we're using it against each other. The new war against black man is against the black family. We're going to stop the love. That's what they look at.
Duh.
All the commercials, what you see? Black man, white woman,
or
black woman,
ambiguous.
right, or race.
You know what the good commercials now are? A black woman by herself getting the Cheerios for their kid, but there's no man. Or a black man getting the Cheerios for their kid, but there's no woman. You see any other race of fucking family, and it's the family, and the dad or the mom getting it and saying, hi, honey, and making coffee and shit. They always show a single, because it's a program. And then they say, smile, you're the hardest working parent in the world. It's a fucking joke. It's a joke.
Racially ambiguous. But let me ask you a question. White people not in love with black folks. Police kill us every day. So why y'all got our kids thinking white people in a rush to marry black folks? Because they want to brainwash the children out of black love. If you notice, our children are being brainwashed into believing that you can only love someone of the same gender or someone of another race. You don't see no black on black. What happened to the Jeffersons?
Now you heard this coon ass nigga just say, you only can love a nigga from the same thing or another motherfucker from another race. Didn't we just spend fucking 10 minutes of this fucking asshole saying black woman, go get another black type of motherfucker from another black continent. Don't be in love with your black man from your, don't help your black man out. Don't know that you've been systematically fucked over, but actually they didn't fuck you over. When we love each other and realize it doesn't matter who the fuck is making more money. It doesn't matter. We're a unit. It doesn't fucking matter. That's what they look up to. My man does this and who gives a fuck? I'll be proud to say my woman holds shit down and I'm the fucking brain of this operation. I hold shit down. You come to my house, you gotta deal with me. I'll break your fucking head open. You get it? We actually could protect our homes. They can't. They gotta go to work. Right? Right? Yeah. And when this bad stuff starts, keeps happening, like my father sending all these natural disasters, who's gonna be home to protect their families? Right?
What happened to the Cosby Show? What happened to Good Times? What happened to all them shows where you have black on black love? You don't see it on Blackish. Blackish, you got black on black love. But of course the wife is mixed race and there's nothing against, Diana Ross's daughter. But my point is, it ain't the same black on black skin love you saw in the 70s TV shows. This is for the children, it's not for us. They want to brainwash black kids.
So, how about this? Let me pause. I only got a couple. All right. I had an idea. Well, I actually said this before in another video. The predicament that they put us in can be used to our advantage. Because it's the same exact thing if it wasn't reversed. Someone's in charge. Someone's making money. And things could be built. We're just stuck on, we don't get to live like them. The Lord said don't live like them. So does it matter? No, it doesn't. Their laughs and their snickers don't matter as long as we get shit done and live better. Does it fucking matter what they laugh about or what they say when you actually live better and you're actually happy? No, it doesn't. Because then their snickers stop and they start looking and getting angry like, why the fuck are they happy over there? They ain't got nothing. We have love. We have each other. And above all, we have the Most High. Now, to prove my point, Kev Samuels made me even have this theory because, all the women that I seen go on his show all have money and have good jobs. But most of them be 5s and 6s and think they're fucking they're 10s and shit. Thus, meaning those women are done. They're gonna be alone for the rest of their life. Because they're never gonna choose a man that's on their physical or mental level. They believe because they make money, they should have fucking one of these superstar guys. And it's like, honey, you're average in your looks, your brain of what you think is smart. Real smart men don't even want to talk about that shit. We don't want to fucking hear that. So you're not actually smart. You're smart in the world. You're not smart in the fucking way of life. Alright? Now, since you actually have money, but you don't have this or this or this, that means you're an average person and you should be with fucking Ray Ray and them. You shouldn't pick the beaters and the ignorant dumb ones, meaning you should be with a poor black man that has some common sense, works hard, and probably has a plan to do something to further, what y'all do. But no, you want a nigga that's already made, so you'll always be destroyed. You're gonna fuck and you're gonna have children, and your children are gonna live the same way you did. You're gonna teach your daughter to be strong, get up, and all of that, and you're gonna teach your son he's a bitch ass nigga like your pussy ass nigga like your father, and then you're gonna keep going. It's gonna keep going. It's never gonna stop. You're doing this to yourselves, just like our fucking forefathers did it to us before your mother and it's the same shit. It's not about blaming no more. It's not about who did what or put these ideas in our heads. No, it's about getting shit done now. Now we have all these women with all this fucking money and nothing to do with it except give it back to the nations. Yous need to either pair up with a really stallion ass nigga and make him a king. See, this is the time of kings. Doesn't matter if you're poor or not. This is why the multiple women thing's gonna come back whether people like it or not, and it don't have to do with money. It has to do with provision, protection, and the Lord. See, when they shut these fucking lights off, if you don't have your crew of people, you're fucking finished. Other people that have crews of people are going to come against you. And since you're too cool to link up with anybody, well, you gotta deal with that. You get it? See, our women think they're fucking tough, but when they're left alone and, all the people go after them first, because that's who we always attack first is black people. And, black men are still rolling the rock out, so yous are gonna have to get it first. Now, yous need to pull your head all the way out your ass. You need to link up with some real niggas and stop worrying about having a perfect man. I'm not saying, I don't give a fuck. Some of you are gonna, unfortunately, have to share a man. Or be alone and defenseless. It's your choice. I don't care about what's right, what's wrong. This is where we're at in life. We're getting to the point where, really, look around. We need to link up. The smart ones and the women with the money need to link up. And we need to fucking make things so our children can have somewhere to fucking be when the shitstorm hits. Because I don't know if you've been paying attention to, life and everything, but it's going down to where we're, as a people, going to have to take care of ourselves. What the fuck are you going to do?